Welcome to another installment of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I am joined by the producer of the year, co-host of the year, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, hey, how you doing?
Well, I'm glad you nominated me
Yes,
for those imaginary awards there, but I'm doing good.
And special awards.
Can you imagine the week it's been for baseball fans?
Oh, my God. And Thursday and Friday, it's a baseball orgy.
Well, think about this. At the beginning of the week, you had the end of the regular season, followed by extra regular season games to determine the wild card teams. Then you had the wild card games, and then the following day you had the first set of the divisional series, and it's baseball bonanza for everybody.
It's a wonderful week for sports. First, you have the baseball playoffs, and then you have hockey starting up, and then football is in full swing. So it's a great time to be a sports fan.
Well, speaking of opening day hockey, did you see the Capitals destroy the Bruins?
Destroyed. What's wrong with Brad Marchand? Seriously,
everything.
Man. Oh my God! Every year it's something, and now he's starting it off right from get go. Boy, he is. I don't know if there's going to be some punitive the things being handed down by the NHL officials, but as in terms of suspensions or fines or whatever, but. I think that was a lot of frustration on the part of the Bruins team last night. So
they got their asses handed to them 7-0. Yeah.
7-0, 7-0.
That's not the way you want to open the season,
Boston fans. 7-0.
Not the way you want to open any season,
any
sport, any season. You never want to get your asses kicked like that. So it's been a great week.
A busy week. So let's take a ride on the Turnpike.
Exit 1.
And as always, we're going to start with our U.S. sports betting update exit. We're going to start New Jersey real quick. It's been actually kind of quiet, if you think about it. William Hill, New Jersey.
In relation to other weeks, yeah it's been really quiet.
William Hill, New Jersey launched their sports betting app for both Apple and Android. They hadn't launched the Apple version or the iOS or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how they refer to that stuff. They just launched it. So it's Apple and Android platforms together. And it looks like more of the interesting stuff is happening in Pennsylvania.
Well, I want to stay on this William Hill thing. We just went to the William Hill Sportsbook in Ocean Resorts, Atlantic City, and I first off, it's a phenomenal place. We were there opening day, and it didn't look like that opening day. I think they did a lot of work on it, and it's absolutely amazing. I think on our Facebook we'll put some pictures on it. And
everybody's doing. When they first launched, they had temporary sports books in a few of the places.
Sure,
I think Bally's is also doing a new sports book at some point too. Wild Wild West or whatever. But what Ocean Resort did to their sports book, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks like it's in the round, and there's monitors and TVs and the big board everywhere you see, so it's an absolutely wonderful place.
It looks very NASA-ish.
It is. It's very, you have lots of seats, lots of tables. I love the fact that there are places where you can charge your cell phone almost in every chair around the arena there. So it's absolutely beautiful. Well done, William Hill.
Very nice. And
Ocean Resort.
Ocean Resort. Don't forget about Bruce Dyfick and Ocean Resort there. They're good partners there. So that's a good match for those guys.
Absolutely.
I was going to flip to Pennsylvania, but I think I got a bridge to Pennsylvania with PlaySugarHouse.com.
Okay.
Their online website, which is legal in Jersey for sports betting, their online sports book, they started offering customers a lower VIG on their games.
Well, look, you got to do something. I mean, I make a point of it every week, and I make a point of it with, every person I interview with regard to sports betting. What's separating these apps in New Jersey from each other, and I think you have to do something like that. You have to offer lower VIGs. I mean, I was on the FanDuel Sportsbook with the Yankees game. They offered a odds boost. Yeah. They offered, you get more money back if the Yankees won by more than 2 runs. And guess what? I did. I won. They did. And so I think they have to do something like that.
Well, it's more of a long game they're playing here because I think they want to get a loyal customer base, and I think this is one way of doing it. It's a unique way of doing it. FanDuel's doing it by the bonus systems or the boosts and everything else, and I think you're going to start seeing sportsbooks differentiate themselves by what they can offer their players and what they can do to attract new players.
I think the trick is keeping up to date with what everything is offering, because I just happen to hear these things on the radio, or I see a press release, or there has to be one place where you can go to, hey, this is what everyone's offering. This is what's different than the other people. So.
Well, Play Sugar House is, doing that. And let's go from the online sports books to the brick and mortar sports book or sports betting scene in Pennsylvania, because now things are starting to happen here. Still no actual physical launches. No. We're actually getting more and more places applying for the sports betting licenses.
So what is it, 3 or 4? Or
we had 3.
Okay.
We now have 5.
5, okay.
Last week we had Sugar House and Rivers Casino. Both applied for sports betting license. Last Thursday was Sugar House. By the way, Sugar House is the only casino in Philadelphia. That may change down the road because of the Philly Live Stadium thing, but downtown Philly, Sugar House is the only casino there. And then the next day, Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh filed for their sports betting license.
And you know what's great? These application fees, I think they're going to be the highest in the country. Pennsylvania requiring people to apply for a license for sports betting and give them $10 million. Really? That's amazing. Yep. That's absolutely amazing.
That's on top of what they have to spend to launch the sports books.
So already Pennsylvania made $50 million. 50 million dollars on just the applications alone. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. But right now, it doesn't look like anything. The physical sports books may launch November, December. Nothing before that. Nothing is imminent before that. So, and I believe mobile sports betting will probably follow after that. But right now, November, December for Pennsylvania for the physical sports books. So far, 5 of the 12 casinos in the state. Technically, there may be a 13th casino that can apply. It's not built yet. That I mentioned it before, the Philly Live Casino. Yeah. They can actually apply before they're built.
Yeah, I was always curious. I think I asked somebody. There's one thing that Pennsylvania has are these mini casinos, which they have to be 30 miles away from a resort casino, 700 slot machines, and 40 table games or something like that. I wonder if they can offer sports betting.
Those can't.
Those can't.
From what I understand, the regulations, those can't. But the parent companies can apply for the license.
Well, financially, they probably can't either.
Well, they're owned by other major corporations, so those can actually apply for the sports betting license because they actually have the physical casinos. So we may see 13 sports books at some point in Pennsylvania physical sports books. So we'll see what happens there. Moving on to West Virginia. West Virginia is getting interesting.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, they already had the FanDuel Greenbrier sportsbook launch.
What is that, a private casino?
It's a private casino. Now they've gotten notice from 2 of the other casinos, Wheeling Island Casino in Wheeling, West Virginia, and the Mardi Gras Casino in Nitro, West Virginia.
Okay.
They both have said they're going to be delaying their launch of their sports books.
But it's weird that they gave no reason for it.
There's got to be a reason.
Well,
maybe Delaware North, which is a parent company of those 2 casinos, maybe they're looking at doing some kind of mobile online launch at the same time. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I think I read somewhere that West Virginia is looking at mobile sports betting sooner than those sports books launching.
And that's all run through the lottery, right?
West Virginia Lottery,
okay.
Yeah. And let's full circle in our conversation right here. We started off with talking about William Hill.
It always begins and ends with William Hill.
William Hill and Golden Entertainment now have a long-term agreement for William Hill to manage the company's race and sports operations in, get this, Nevada, Maryland, and Montana.
The Montana thing was a bit surprising to me because when you think sports books and sports betting, I don't think Montana.
Well, wasn't that one of the grandfathered states?
It was, yeah, but you still never think of it.
No one does. I don't think Montanans think of it either. But nothing's built in Maryland. But
so let me ask you something. Montana, they have that parlay betting right now, right? Like Delaware used to have. They were one of the 4.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So we'll see what happens with that. And also, part of the deal is now William Hill will have 100 mobile kiosks at Golden Entertainment's properties, the taverns and the third-party locations.
Wow, really?
In Nevada. They've already got 80, so they're only adding 20 more under this agreement.
Huh.
But they're getting more stuff there. And just recently, just a quick addition to our discussion here, DraftKings. DraftKings seems to be building a very interesting crew of sportsbook operators.
Oh, absolutely. I think they got the best in the business that are attracting to DraftKings.
Let me see. They just got Johnny Avello, who was
from Wynn, right?
From Wynn Sportsbook. Frank, I keep mispronouncing his name, and I apologize, Frank. Frank Kunofik from Caesars, and Jamie Shea from IGT have all joined DraftKings, and it looks like they're actually putting something really nice together in Nevada there. So we'll see what happens there. And then you had the American Gaming Association report for the NHL.
Yeah, I know, right? An extra $216 million annually just because of sports betting.
Boy, I could use that extra $217 million. But,
I guess they're banking on the sponsorships from the sportsbook providers. I guess they think fan engagement will increase.
That's the key, fan engagement.
Yeah, the marketing and the merchandising and the I guess the media expenses that the people have to pay to broadcast these games. So, $216 million extra dollars.
And all that BS the NHL did to fight this.
Yeah, right.
And they're the ones benefiting they're the first ones benefiting. They're benefiting before the NFL, before MLB, before hockey, before basketball right now. You know, it's crazy. I mean, the NHL fought this tooth and nail. I think that was kind of a show. Because you heard some of these commissioners starting to come around. I remember Adam Silver was one of the first ones that wanted sports betting. I don't know where Gary Bettman laid with that stuff. I think he was against it, but they're embracing it now.
Oh yeah, no, they're really embracing it.
Exit 2.
After 45 years and 1,100 fights, HBO Boxing is leaving the ring.
That's sad. That was always great programming.
Jim Lampley, what was the I can't think of the guy's name already. Sorry, Larry Merchant.
You forgot him already.
I forgot him already. That's a horrible thing.
They drop him and you forget your name.
They didn't drop Lampley. Lampley is staying with HBO Sports.
But Merchant was always great when he got into the ring, and he interviewed him after the fight, and sometimes he got into another fight with him. But no, that was always great. Well, Larry Merchant was a fixture at HBO, and it's sad to see that whole era leave the air.
Well, the last card on HBO is October 27th. They're going to have a pair of title fights. This is just as a result of their diminishing ratings for HBO Boxing anyway. There are other spots out there. Pay-per-views gone up. MMA popularity is shot through the roof, and that's what's hurting them probably the most right now because there's more MMA fights, and people want something a little bit more intense, I would think. So you're getting Showtime, other outlets like DAZN, and then ESPN Plus are all showing boxing. So, there's a lot more outlets for people to watch boxing than HBO Boxing.
Yeah, but I always thought that the really big fights, lately especially, wanted to go the pay-per-view route. I mean, they never went to HBO to get the big fight on air. Now they're going to pay-per-view. I mean, I remember I was a kid watching Mike Tyson. He was always on HBO.
Yep, and it's one of those things where... Well, when the fighters go to pay-per-view, they get a chunk of the pay-per-view.
Well, yeah. I mean, early Mike Tyson fights were on HBO.
Yeah. So we'll see where HBO Sports land. Right now they're saying they're going to focus on doing series, documentaries, more reality programs like Hard Knocks, that sort of stuff. So we'll see where HBO lands after they get out of the ring with boxing.
Exit 3.
Going into the eSports arena, literally. China has built the world's first sports venue dedicated exclusively for esports.
So it must be more popular in China than in the U.S. right now.
It's more popular everywhere except the U.S.
Really?
The U.S. is catching up, though.
I know. Wait, let me tell you
something. You have the Luxor doing it.
Vegas is doing amazing things. There's great conventions and great expos going on with esports. And I know Vegas is leading the country, but is it California and Texas?
California and Texas. Texas is building a 150,000 square foot complex, not an arena, but a complex.
Okay.
So it's a little different than this.
Yeah.
In China, they built a 60,000 square foot stadium.
So we're actually talking an actual stadium.
They built a stadium.
Okay.
And it has the seating capacity of 20,000 people. It's a 7,000 seat capacity in the stadium itself. They have 2 adjoining wings that can hold up to 13,000 more people.
Okay.
And if you can't get inside, if you're not one of the lucky 20,000 people to watch an eSports match, they have walls that are lined by transparent LED screens, and they turn into TV things, so you can watch what's going on inside.
You know, I've never attended an e-sport event, so I'm curious to see what ticket prices would be for China or a place that has an esports type arena.
Well, you may get your wish in 2 years because they're talking about adding esports into the Tokyo Olympics in 2020.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Tokyo, is it summer or winter Olympics?
Doesn't matter. It's indoors.
That's what I'm saying. What is it? Well, they have indoor summer things like gymnastics and things.
Well, here, this is what they're banking on. These are some of the biggest ones at esports events. In 2014, they had 45,000 fans in Seoul's World Cup Stadium to watch a League of Legends World Championship. That's an amazing number of people just watching a group play video games. Toronto, the Air Canada Center was sold out for 3 days straight.
Wow, really?
To watch an event.
Okay.
And, Blizzard Entertainment, which is one of the software developers, and they actually are one of the ones leading the charge on esports around the world. They have dedicated halls in Taipei and Los Angeles.
Wow, in Los Angeles, too, huh?
Yeah. So, and, for TV, you have, what was the one in just last year? The Intel Extreme Masters in Poland drew a whopping 46 million viewers.
Wow.
So it's a growing field.
I'd be curious to see how you watch it. I mean, if I guess they sit in the middle of the arena and you watch them play and you see on a big board. It has to be a big board because you can't see the screen. If you're 20,000 people, you're not going to see the screen that they're looking at, right?
Well, I have to admit, I watched some of the televised stuff for the NBA 2K championships. They're that new league that they started.
Yeah.
They show it on Twitter and Twitch and all that stuff.
Okay.
And you actually see shots of the screen intertwined or interspersed with shots of the kids sitting in the seats playing.
Okay.
So, I mean, they try to make it as much of a sporting event as possible, but it's really you're just sitting there watching a kid playing a video game, and it's something I still haven't really gotten into, but I guess I kind of have to give it a chance here.
Do they still have the games that we grew up, like Pac-Man and... Was it Galaga?
I don't know how you do
Frogger.
How do you do team sports?
I don't know.
So it's something, like I said, I got to get into because it's a growing industry and it's something that seems to be gaining popularity by leaps and bounds.
Exit 4.
Moving back into the world of more traditional sports. For tennis fans in the United States, you want more coverage, you're going to get more coverage. The Tennis Channel has just made a deal with the Women's Tennis Association's media organization. It's the Women's Tennis Association and DAZN Group.
Okay.
To take over the U.S. broadcasting rights of the Women's Tennis Association matches from beIN Sports.
Now the Tennis Channel, is that part of basic cable for everything? Because I know beIN Sports, sometimes it's on basic cable for one area of the country, and sometimes it's not, and...
I don't know if Tennis Channel is on a basic cable for everybody. I know everything's different. I know it might be for Xfinity, but it might not be for Time Warner, or it might not be for Optimum, might not be for Comcast, Rainbow, whatever.
Truth be told, I've never seen the Tennis Channel in my life. I don't even know where it is.
I honestly,
I don't even know where beIN Sports Channel is.
Well, credit beIN Sports.
Yeah.
Because they realized in the middle of this, WTA got a little frustrated because they weren't getting the women's tennis coverage that was part of the deal. Because the U.S. coverage of tennis, women's tennis, was part of a foreign rights deal that beIN did with the Women's Tennis Association. They weren't getting the coverage in the United States that they wanted. Everybody was seeing soccer here.
Yeah, that's why I think when I look at beIN, they always have a soccer game on.
Yep. So credit beIN for actually being open to getting bought out of this deal.
Okay.
It's a 5-year deal for the tennis channel. They're going to be now having more tennis coverage for women's tennis. They're also going to get the streaming rights for more than 2,000 more additional matches.
Wow, jeez. So
this is a win-win for everybody. beIN gets to focus on their soccer. Tennis Channel gets more tennis. Tennis fans in the United States gets to see more tennis.
And you know what that means? You know I'm going to say it. It means you can bet on tennis now that you can watch it.
That also may be part of the reason Tennis Channel jumped in on this. I think that might be part of it. So you never know.
I thought I was being cynical, but I guess that might be a good business move.
Especially if they're streaming, they could tie it into in-game betting.
Ooh,
in-match betting, whatever they call it. I don't know how you refer to tennis. I mean, you got in-match
betting. I get in-match betting.
I don't know, but
a tennis match. Yeah,
if you're streaming 2,000 more matches, that's 2,000 more betting opportunities.
I've never bet on a tennis match, but I'm sure you can do it.
I'm sure you can. So that ends the Ride on the Turnpike for this week. Get in touch with us at 609-512-6510. That's 609-512-6510. Hit us on Facebook or Twitter. We're located at Turnpike Sports for both of those. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Don't forget to order your International Bikini Team calendar, info@internationalbikini-team.org. And you can catch the show via iHeartMedia through their podcasting platform, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube.
And stick around for our Pro Pick segment this week. It's brought to you by VirginCasino.com. Get $15 bonus money plus up to $100 real cash back when you sign up for a new account at VirginCasino.com with promo code Radio15. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Mobile sports betting will be coming to West Virginia in the very near future. Eric Zimney, vice president of the Hollywood Casino in Charlestown, said he expects the property's mobile sports betting app to be up in a couple of weeks. DraftKings has hired another big name to occupy a director-level position. Johnny Avello, former executive director of the Wynn Sportsbook, has joined DraftKings to oversee the retail operations of their new sportsbook. Avello will be joining Frank Kunovic, formerly of Caesars, and Jamie Shea from IGT to take positions at DraftKings' new book. According to a new study from the American Gaming Association, the National Hockey League's annual revenue could increase by $216 million, all because of sports betting. This study takes into account the potential spending from betting operators on data and sponsorship. The AGA also states sports betting could create more fan engagement, which could boost media rights sales, ticket sales, and merchandising. It looks like sports betting could be a good thing for the NHL. Who would have thought? From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports.
A real abandoned prison in Philadelphia becomes the #1 haunted attraction in America. Terror Behind the Walls at Eastern State Penitentiary, presented by Lukoil, with a new infirmary attraction for 2018. Are you brave enough to opt in for a more intense experience? You could be grabbed, sent into hidden passageways, and even separated from your group. Save $10 with coupons from any Lukoil location. TerrorBehindTheWalls.com.
Join us at TropicanaCasino.com, where you get more everything. Sign up today with promo code Radio15 and get $15 bonus money plus up to $100 real cash back. We have more than 200 games to enjoy, plus new and rewarding promotions every week. Come experience what TropicanaCasino.com is all about. Enjoy your favorite slot and casino games, including Cleopatra, Wheel of Fortune, Blackjack, and many more right here at TropicanaCasino.com. Plus 21 over and located New Jersey play. New patrons only. Terms and conditions apply. See TropicanaCasino.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at beangenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to beangenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at beangenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. beangenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD, plus free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. Again, that's BABE16. Because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Well, like we said, the NFL season is in full swing, and I want to make a prediction right now. I think for the rest of the year, I'm not going to be betting on the Miami Dolphins ever again. Boy, was that the most deceptive 3-0 team ever? They got their asses handed to them by the Patriots.
Well, again, I would never bet on Miami.
Okay.
But the problem is, up until then, they were
so good.
They were playing good, but again, you gotta think. It was the Patriots. At some point, they were going to recover from that.
The Patriots had Gillette. I know. But
yeah, I mean, I'm an AFC East guy, so it's one of those things where I expected the Patriots to actually just come out of their shell and do something really crazy. Miami never plays well in New England, so I mean,
apparently not.
Well, the streak continues for them.
Yep. Well, this week's Pro Pick segment is sponsored by VirginCasino.com. They have more than 200 games to enjoy, plus new and rewarding promotions every week. Come experience what VirginCasino.com is all about. Now get $15 bonus money plus up to $100 real cash back when you sign up for a new account at VirginCasino.com with promo code Radio15. That's Radio15. 21 years or older. Terms and restrictions apply. Problem gambler, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And as always, before we get to the picks, these picks will be put up on the Turnpike Sports blog for everyone to make fun of.
I wish they were quickly taken down.
Well, you got to be honest with people.
I know.
You make the picks, you got to stick with them. I have no problem
I'm
being
honest.
made fun of.
Like I said, I not only do I bet these things, I mean, I actually bet these things. I mean, I put some cash on what I put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, especially if they're offering those money back guaranteed bets. But again, these will be put up on the blog, turnpikesportsradio.com. Click on the blog, and they'll be up probably within about 2 hours after the show is released this morning here. So, as always, 3 picks.
Yep.
You want to start?
Yeah, sure. Why not? This one should be easy after what I just said. First game I'm going with is Miami Dolphins at Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati playing at home is a 6.5-point favorite with an over-under of 49.5. Let me tell you something. The Bengals had an impressive win against the Atlanta Falcons last week. And as I said, the Dolphins just played awful against the Patriots. And I got to tell you, in all 3 of their wins, Cincinnati has put up 34 points. And it's probable that Joe Mixon is going to be back in the lineup for the Bengals. And this is a very interesting statistic I didn't even know. The Dolphins are leading the league with throwing 9 interceptions, so I think the Bengals are going to have a big Sunday. So I'm taking the Bengals and laying the points.
They are the intercept-E, not the interceptor.
Yeah, they threw the interceptions.
And that's all Tannehill, right?
Well, hey, you know what? Sometimes a receiver's not where he should be. And by the way, with 9 interceptions, they've had multiple interception games. So that's why I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay, yeah, but also I think probably because you're a little
I'm
bitten
right.
by
like
that.
I just said, I'm mad about last week.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I would like to see Miami actually become what they used to be.
Oh, it'd be great.
Where
Oh,
Dan
that
Marino was there.
Marino to Dupa.
Yeah, at some point they got to get that back, but
Oh, boy.
I don't know. My first game of the week is the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is a matchup of probably two of the worst teams in the NFL. And the only reason anyone should watch this is if they bet on it.
Yeah.
So I'm betting on
spread?
it.
What is the spread?
I'm betting on it so I can watch it.
Okay.
Niners are a 4-point favorite, and there's an over-under of 41.
Niners 4-point favorite, so I guess the Niners are at home.
Yep, Arizona at San Francisco.
Okay.
See how that works?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but
I was going by the point spread.
Well, I just don't know how the Niners are a 4-point favorite here. Without Garoppolo at the quarterback, they are terrible. And Arizona's a lot better than what people are saying and what you're seeing over the last couple of weeks. Rosen actually fits well into that offense, and I think he's doing pretty good for a guy that was just thrown to the Lions after that 1/2 that he got thrown in, or actually the fourth quarter.
I think he should actually do pretty well against this 49ers defense. I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to win, but I think they're going to keep it close.
But I like the way Rosen has looked since taking over for Bradford. I've never been a Bradford fan. I've never understood.
I hate Bradford.
I don't know how he keeps getting those major contracts.
Oh man,
but my God,
what is it, like over $120 million from
for
the NFL?
doing nothing?
Wow,
he gets hurt
for taking
all
his
the
seat.
time. Yeah.
So what is your pick on this one?
I am going with the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take
Yeah,
the points.
I like that. I like that.
I just don't see that 4-point. And also, if you think about the last two games, the Cardinals have lost by a combined 5 points. So I don't know how they get that 4-point spread.
Yep.
So.
Well, my next one is I was very hesitant about doing this, but I kind of have to. Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. The Rams are 7-point favored playing in Seattle. Now, look, the Rams are the best team in the league, and did you see that passing offense? It's absolutely amazing. Rams are gaining at least 20 yards in 19% of their pass plays, which is the highest in the NFL. And now with Earl Thomas being out for the Seahawks, I think it's going to be a long day for that Seahawks defense. Yep.
And good for Earl Thomas doing that.
Yeah, flipping him the bird.
I may be the only one who can say this because you don't normally see that on TV, but he did not want to be brought back in. He wanted that contract. And he probably knew this was going to happen.
I honestly couldn't believe what I was seeing. They were carting him off and him flipping the bird to the Seahawks.
It took me a while to realize he was doing that to the Seahawks. I thought he was doing it to some of the other players.
I thought it was like a guy who hurt him. I don't know what happened.
But no, it ends up he was doing it to Seattle. So rightly so.
But in this game, the Rams and Seahawks, I hate taking a 7-point favorite, and they're on the road, but you can't deny how good the Rams are, so I'm taking the Rams and laying the points.
All right. Well, Rams are probably the best team in the league right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Kansas City you could make an argument for that, but right now I think it's the Rams. So, I don't have a problem with that pick. My game, New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh.
Panthers are a 7-point favorite, and there's an over-under of 44.5. This game reminds me so much of that Giants-Texans game, where the Giants came in as almost a touchdown underdog. Mm-hmm. So, even though the Giants have been really underwhelming on offense with Saquon Barkley, not really, he's being the lone bright spot of the offense, but still, it's underperforming, it's underwhelming, it's really not fun to watch either. So, but
do you get the feeling that this is the end for Eli Manning? I mean,
I hope not.
You can see that bright light at the end of the tunnel there.
He doesn't have the offense around him anymore.
Well, he got Odell Beckham and Saquon Barkley,
but if you got no one else, you got no tight ends, you got no other receivers. It's just
in his defense, he's been getting hit a lot.
No offensive line. He's
been getting
problem.
Hit a lot.
But, it's one of those things that the Giants have gone 7-2-1 against the spread over the last 10 games. So just by the sheer fact that they have done well when they're a 7 or more point underdog, simply put, I'm going with the Giants. I'm going to take the points. I'm going with the Giants. They've allowed the 10th fewest yards in the air, and they've only allowed 4 passing touchdowns all season. I don't see too much of a running game other than Christian McCaffrey. You take him away, you really got nothing anyway. But again, this, like I said, it reminds me a lot of the Giants-Texans game. I went with the Giants there. I'm going to go with the Giants here, too.
All right, sounds good. My next game is Tennessee Titans at Buffalo Bills. The Titans are a 3.5-point favorite in Buffalo with an over-under of 39. I got to tell you, Marcus Mariota did a very nice job with a nagging injury against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and it broke my heart to see the Eagles lose, but it was pretty impressive what Mariota did. And the Bills are just terribly short on talent. I don't know how they beat the Vikings a couple weeks ago. I'm taking the Titans in this one. I mean, I don't think they're going to blow the Buffalo Bills out, but I think they're going to win by a touchdown. So I'm taking the Titans and laying the points. So
you don't see another fluke game coming from Buffalo?
I think they get one of those a year. I mean, they're just terrible.
That they're just proving that was just a fluke. Maybe Minnesota just didn't prepare right. That's what it looks like to me.
I wonder if Minnesota was looking a week in front, looking ahead.
Well, they certainly weren't looking at the Bills when they played them, but I don't see the Bills repeating that, though.
No.
All right, my last game of the week. The Denver Broncos visit the New York Jets.
Ooh.
Jets are 1.5-point favorite with an over-under of 42.5. Now, Denver's coming off a really tough loss, and they've got to travel to the Jets on their short week, where the Jets have a winning record against the spread.
Okay.
At home. The Broncos aren't as good as they looked in certain games this year, and the Jets aren't as bad as they've looked in certain games, most games, other than week 1. But it's you got to look at what Darnold's been doing too with the Jets, because even though he's gotten progressively worse over the weeks, he's been facing better and better defenses. And
look, he's been showing glimpses of great stuff.
Well, you got to think the Denver Broncos defense is somewhere between what the Detroit Lions defense was and the Miami Dolphins defense. And the Jets were in both of those games. And they won the first game. They were in that second game.
Yeah. Just
a couple of miscues. I really think you're going to see it. Probably Darnold do a lot better against the Broncos defense than he has against the Jaguars and the Dolphins defense. So I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Case Keenum either, so I like the Jets in this too. So I think that's a good bet.
All right, so to recap, I picked for this week Cardinals with the points, Giants with the points, and Jets with the points.
This week I picked the Bengals and lay the points, the Rams lay the points, and Titans laying the points. Boy, I just laid the points all through my picks this week.
And don't forget, our picks will appear on the Turnpike Sports Radio blog. Head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and in about 2 hours you'll see the picks appear on our blog page for you to comment on. Don't forget, you can always put a comment on the blog. You can email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Even shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter. We're at Turnpike Sports on both of those.
And I just want to remind everyone that this week's Pro Picks segment was sponsored by VirginCasino.com. Now get $15 bonus money plus up to $100 real cash back when you sign up for a new account at VirginCasino.com with the promo code Radio15.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the baseball playoffs this weekend.
I'm enjoying some hockey.
Enjoy hockey. Enjoy college football as well.
Absolutely.
Basketball's coming up soon, so enjoy that as well. And
remember, lay all the points. That's my philosophy.
And don't forget, enjoy the NFL football games this weekend. Sorry, we can't say happy Thursday night football for you people because it's Friday. So enjoy the football this weekend. Enjoy all the sports, and come back and see us again next week for more Turnpike Sports.
See you next time on the Turnpike.